there's my thumbnail. Hey, what's up, collectors? Welcome back to Films by Color. Welcome back to another episode of This Week in Physical Media, where you come, your weekly guide to everything that is dropping in Blu-ray and 4K this week. Coming out tomorrow, Tuesday, the 21st. A lot of stuff coming out, a lot to get to as usual. I don't think it's as heavy of a week as previous weeks, though. I think we might get out of here at a reasonable hour. So thank you guys who are tuning in live. Always appreciate the extra eyes and the extra background and experiences on this show. Thank you for tuning in and filling in my gaps. I have a lot of cinema gaps that I'm very thankful that you guys are here, because I love talking to you about this. Also, thank you guys who are watching after the fact as you're driving to work or as you're walking your dog or brushing your teeth or whatever the heck you're doing. Thank you for chiming in as well. Love hearing your comments on these videos. This has been fun. This is our 8th episode already. Time is flying by and movies are flying out on the shelves. There's tons of stuff coming out every single week, and I love doing this because I like to stay up to date on what's going on. Before we jump in, let me say hi to some folks who are here, because we've got a good roundup of people here already. Wow, people keep coming in. We got Daniverse here, Connor Nielsen's here, Anime Fan is here, Kevin House is here, Ethan Edwards, LA Jewel, Internet User, lots of folks here. What are people saying? People talking about Mean Streets. Connor is trying to figure out if he should buy Oppenheimer this week or Mean Streets. He's got quite the dilemma. Kevin House, welcome. Great to be here as always. Ethan Edwards says Mean Streets is a masterpiece, one of Scorsese's best. What's up, LA Jewel? Good to see ya. And yeah, everyone's here. Everyone's popping in. Good to see you guys. I can't wait to pop in and see what's coming out. So keep leaving those comments and questions in the chat. Feel free, as always, to pop some questions in there in the chat. If you have any, we can do a little bit of Q&A tonight as well, or super chats, whatever you guys feel like doing. Everything is appreciated, and I'll try to answer as many questions as I can. But let me jump in and see what's coming out. First of all, as we just talked about with Connor, the Oppenheimer release is finally coming out this week. It's getting a 4K release, obviously. Whether you Chris Nolan wants his stuff in the best quality possible. Here's the 4K, the standard 4K release. There it is. Pretty standard poster. One of the best movies of the century, according to Richard Rohmer, but there you go. Just a standard looking poster. Probably has a slipcover, I don't know. Actually it does, because there's a slip right there. Whoa, don't take me to Amazon. That's not what I wanted. But yeah, everyone knows what Oppenheimer is. Don't need to explain this. Most people have seen it already. It's already coming out on disc. But you don't have to settle for that release, because there's also a Steelbook coming out this week. Like always, Best Buy has an exclusive Steelbook, although I don't know where all the exclusive Steelbooks are going to go once Best Buy stops carrying them, but here's the Best Buy exclusive Steelbook. I think this artwork looks a little cooler. It's got his just kind of silhouette there. It's not actually a silhouette, but it's just mostly black and white. In front of the whole Steelbook is just an explosion, which is pretty cool. And then the inside, there's the inside. This is a 3-disc. I think this one comes with a bonus disc, according to the front. Bonus disc right there. So yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. I think a lot of people would rather pick up the Steelbook for that one. Over 3 hours of special features. That's cool. Nolan's still holding on to the special features. Not many people are with him, but at least he's still putting out special features. And then of course you can also get the standard Blu-ray version, which has the same cover as the 4K if you're not up on the 4K yet. So there you go. Lots of options for Oppenheimer. Connor, you have to let me know which one you decide, if you decided to get Oppenheimer or Mean Streets. But speaking of Mean Streets, we've also got Mean Streets coming out this week from Criterion Collection. This is a 4K. Not everything Criterion puts out is 4K, but this is one of the 4Ks they put out this week. It's also coming out on Blu-ray, so you have your pick of which one you want to get. But the 4K also includes a Blu-ray. It's both, so why not go with that one, just in case. There's the artwork. I love the artwork on this. This is the same artwork who did, this is the same artist who did After Hours, the artwork for the Criterion cover of After Hours. I've been following her on Instagram ever since After Hours came out, and I was doing research for that Criterion Corner podcast that we did, and someone had posted an article, like an interview with her, talking about how she came up with the artwork for After Hours, which I love. It's one of my favorite Criterion covers. And then I followed her Instagram, and she does a lot of work in Blu-ray and 4K territory. She's doing this Mean Streets cover, which I think also looks really, really cool. I like her style a lot. And then she did the Fassbender trilogy of box sets that are from Arrow Academy, which I want to get my hands on. I haven't seen any of those films, though, so I'm holding off until I see some of those films first. But she did some really beautiful box sets. There's like volume 1, 2, and 3 of the Fassbinder box sets that look really, really cool. So yeah, I like that. I, like Connor, have not seen this yet, so I'm on the fence whether I should pick it up. Daniver says I should pick it up. Or Ethan Edwards also says I should pick it up. So maybe I'll go ahead and grab Mean Streets this month. We are also in the thick of the November Criterion sale. So if you have any, if you guys want to talk Criterion tonight, we can do that as well. If you want to put any questions in there, let me know what you guys are picking up. I'm hoping to do another run, maybe not tomorrow. We got like a contractor coming in to do some work and mount a TV actually, but the next day, hopefully, we can go out and do another run. Thank you guys so much who have watched the video of me and John going to the store and doing some Criterion shopping. That video has been doing really well, and love talking to you guys in the comments over there. There's been some great comments. I should have picked up Cranes because everyone is saying I should have, because I was really thinking about it, but I talked myself out of it. But I should have went ahead and did it. Gus is here. Hey, Gus. Thanks for popping in. An internet user says someone uploaded Mean Streets on YouTube 4 months ago and it still has not been taken down. So maybe go navigate to that video and check it out first, and then you can decide if you want to pick up the 4K or not. Jack Keating is here. Hi, DJ. Glad to be here. See, you're talking about Mean Streets. I'll be picking that up tomorrow, among other things. Mean Streets is one of my favorite films and one of Scorsese's greatest. Wow. Well, I'm still excited to see it. I'm still very late to the party on Scorsese films. I freaked out about After Hours earlier this year and really liked that movie. So hopefully, although I've heard that's like an outlier in his filmography, so I'm worried that might just be a fluke and that his other films aren't for me, but who knows? It's yet to be seen. I'll see as I check out more of his stuff. But thanks for popping in, Jack. All right, let's get back to the main page here, see what else is coming out this week. Next thing is this Police Academy collection, which is a series that I'm not familiar with, but I've heard a lot about it. And it's not just one film, not two films, not a trilogy. It is 7 films. It's a ton of films, a lot of stuff coming out. Whoops. So this is Police Academy 2, their first assignment. This is a really confusing graphic because for some reason it jumps all the way down here to Police Academy 3, Back in Training. Then over here to Police Academy 4, Citizens on Patrol. Then over here to Police Academy 5, Assignment Miami Beach. Police Academy 6, City Under Siege. And then Police Academy Mission to Moscow. So tons of movies in this set. And how expensive is it? Oh, it is pretty pricey. It's $80, but is on sale right now for $63 on Amazon. This is from Shout Factory. As you can see right here in the main photo, they've got the little Shout Factory logo down here, Shout Select, and it is spine number 151. But very cool that they're putting all these out in one succinct set on Blu-ray for the people who are very excited about those films. 1984 to 1994, so that series went on for 10 years, which is pretty crazy. There's all the individual artworks down here if you want to check these out. Also, I will say, I forgot to mention at the beginning that I put all of the links to everything that we're going to be talking about today in the description to Amazon. So if you want to go to those Amazon links and go straight to them, and if you want to pick any of these up, I've heard that I get a couple pennies or whenever that happens. Has yet to happen, but if you are going to pick up any of these and you want to support the channel a little bit, really appreciate it. I'm trying to figure out how to get the whole Amazon affiliate thing going. I'm not supposed to speak about it, though. They're very hush-hush. So anyway, let's move on to the next one here. We've got another 4K release, which is The Fugitive, Harrison Ford movie from 1993. This seems like it would fit into last week's episode pretty well because we were talking about tons of 90s films last week. But this is a nice release. This is part of their Warner Brothers Celebrating Every Story 100 Years slipcovers that they've been doing. And there's also a Steelbook we'll talk about in a second. I don't know anything about this movie, except for the fact that it has some really good special effects, apparently. I was watching VFX artists react earlier this week, and they talked about The Fugitive, and there's some really cool compositing that they do in some of the action scenes. That looked really cool. But I've heard this is kind of a fan favorite of Harrison Ford's filmography, and I know a lot of people are excited about this. So I'm glad it's getting a 4K treatment. It seems like a film that would benefit from one, and it also has a 4K Steelbook edition, which I'll go to the overview here so you can see all of it. I kind of like the artwork. I like the artwork more here the other one was kind of like a collage of different photos smashed together, but this one's kind of custom artwork. It looks kind of like a Criterion cover or some other kind of boutique cover, and then just a simple minimal artwork on the back. Him like jumping out of an explosion that's coming in from the corner over here, I think. And then some photos on the inside, and then it's just a single disc, just the 4K on this one. So I don't know if that one includes a Blu-ray or not. I guess it's just 4K and digital, but it is a 30th anniversary Steelbook edition from Warner Brothers. So yeah, very cool. Very cool that that's getting a release. Daniverse says The Fugitive is so good. So he's a big fan. Big fan of The Fugitive. I think Daniverse is a big fan of like 90s movies in general. He always pipes in, especially last week when we were talking about a bunch of 90s films. He was popping in. I don't know how old Daniverse is. I've talked to him a little bit online, but I've never got up close and personal with him. Gus also seconds that The Fugitive is an amazing movie. Jack says The Fugitive is a Chicago classic. Are you from Chicago, Jack? Thanks for tuning in. We've got people all the way from Chicago here. And then Connor Nielsen says nominated for Best Picture, lost to Schindler's List, which means Connor will have to pick it up because he collects all of the Best Picture nominees from every year. Jumping back a little bit, Daniverse says the Police Academy movies get more and more progressively dumb. Well, that's usually the case with long-running series, I think. I feel like that's usually the case. Jack Keating says, I think your infectious love for After Hours has confirmed it as a purchase for me tomorrow. I liked it when I first saw it, but now think that since I'm older, it'll fare better for me. Well, I hope you enjoy it, Jack. I hope you enjoy it. I'm not trying to like promote it or anything. I just talk about what I like on this channel. I really, really like that movie, so it's come up a lot, but I'm not trying to beat a dead horse or anything at this point. I did get a comment recently on my Letterboxd review, one of my many Letterboxd reviews of that movie, because I watched it 4 times this year, and he seemed very upset at me for liking it. I don't know. He was like, I don't understand. I'm befuddled why everyone likes this movie. I can't stand it. The main character was super annoying, and nothing happens. Which, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry it didn't work for you, but it's okay. It's okay. We don't have to like every movie. I mean, sometimes movies just aren't for us, and that's cool. But I understand how it feels when like everyone seems to be liking it and you have no idea why because you don't understand it at all. I've definitely had that before, but it's cool. I don't take it too hard. I move on. There's other movies to watch. Other fish in the sea. The first Police Academy is decent at best. The rest are horrible. Wow, Ethan going in strong. He doesn't think it's progressive. He thinks it's just one good one and then a ton of horrible ones. So maybe wait for the individual release of that and don't get the full collection. I'm sure it already is. I'm sure the first one's already has an individual release. Man, I'm way behind here. Let's see what we see. Daniverse, After Hours isn't an outlier in Scorsese's filmography. He's done different kinds of films, but it's definitely one of the only out-and-out comedies of any kind he's done. Okay, that's interesting. That is interesting. Connor says, I actually went to see Killers of the Flower Moon this weekend. Sweet. I wish I could get out of the house so I can go see that, because I would like to go see that too. Me and Grace have been talking about maybe getting a babysitter and checking that out. Gus said, what is DJ the Seal getting tomorrow? LOL. He's referencing the Criterion Hall video that we just did. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. We were being very goofy and silly in that episode, and had a lot of fun editing that one. That was a weird one. So thanks for tuning in, Gus. Always great to see you. All right, let's pop back and talk about it a little bit more, and then I'll chat with you guys here in a minute. Next up, also coming out with The Fugitive, there is, I guess those are the 2 big 4Ks that are coming out from Best Buy. I'll just stay on track here and go in order. We got Stalag 17 getting a 4K. I guess I don't actually know how to say that. I've always said it's Stalag 17, but I don't know if that's correct. Getting a 4K release from Kino Lorber. I'm actually really looking forward to this one, and I'm probably going to pick this one up, not because I know much about the film, but I think if what I have learned is correct, this either takes place around Christmas time or has 1 or 2 scenes that take place around Christmas time. Something tangentially related to Christmas, because as I often do, I go to Letterboxd and I look up people's lists. And I was looking up Christmas movie lists for the last couple of years because I like to try and watch as many new Christmas movies in December as I can. And this one keeps popping up on people's lists with things like Grand Illusion and My Uncle Antoine, stuff like that, where it's just kind of, or Black Narcissus, where it's just a little bit of Christmas, maybe 1 scene in Christmas, which is fine. I don't expect this to be like an out-and-out Christmas classic, but I do like to collect and watch things that are, tangentially related to Christmas if I can. And this is Also, I've heard just a really great movie, so I don't think I'll be regretting anything. It's a Billy Wilder film, and this is the Kino Lorber has this locked up, has the rights to this one. So I'm excited to check that one out. I think I've already put that one in my wish list on Amazon. So if we do that at the end of the episode, I won't have to add this one. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Maybe you guys can let me know a little bit about it in the comments or in the chat. But I think I'm going to go ahead and pick that one up. And then, of course, the other new film that came out this week is Saw X, which there are several editions of. We'll go ahead and look at the Steelbook here first because it popped up first. But, oh, this isn't a Steelbook, excuse me. It's just that dumb rounded corners on the slipcovers. I hate that. But yeah, it's just a standard 4K Blu-ray and digital release of the, I'm assuming, 10th Saw film. I've never seen a Saw film. Doesn't seem like anything I would be into. But there's another one out. And I think I've heard good things about it for people who enjoy the Saw films. That's the 4K edition, and that's the art on there. And the same art is also visible on the Blu-ray edition. Exact same artwork, you just get one less disc. So Saw X, anyone excited about Saw X? I'm sure there people are. I'm sure there's a lot of horror fans out there excited about it. A lot of crossover between horror fans and movie collectors, I find. Like in every group I'm in or on every social media platform I'm on, I always I'm the weirdo because usually if you're a film collector, you like horror. And I feel like the Venn diagram of those two things is just two circles like right on top of each other, and I'm like out here outside the circle because I'm a weirdo. But yeah, Saw X is coming out. Tell your friends. Next up, we've got Love Actually coming to 4K. A divisive film. I know a lot of people that love this film, and some other people think it's crap. I already have a copy here. This is our Blu-ray copy that we have of Love Actually. It's got this kind of nice, I don't know, it's kind of cool that it comes in a bigger box, but it's kind of pointless because all it is just, it opens up and there's just a regular case in here. But then it also has a Christmas ornament back there, like a really crappy looking Christmas ornament. That's literally just words on like a piece of plastic. So I don't know. I found this at Half Price Books for like under $10 one time. So we picked it up because my wife really loves this film. We actually watch this film. We watch this movie every year because it's one of my wife's favorites to watch on Christmas. And I don't think we'll probably pick up the 4K. I don't feel like it's a movie that I need a 4K release of. But anyway, we already have it. So if you don't have that film and you like feel good, kind of mushy Christmas movies, check it out. Love Actually coming out in 4K from Universal Studios. This is a 4K Blu-ray and digital HD. I'm not sure how the transfer is, but I'm sure the Blu-ray is the new transfer as well. And let's see what the slip, is there a slip? No, there's not a slip. It looks like it's just a standard release, but there's the back. There you go. It's kind of just one of those, if you don't know anything about it, I guess I can say it real quick. It's a romantic comedy, but it's one of those ones that has like 10 different stories going on and they all meet together at the end. I think it's done a little bit better than all the rehashes that came out later. Like, what do you got? You got like Valentine's Day and Mother's Day and all those other ones, cash-ins that came out after this because this one made a lot of money. Those are pretty terrible. I saw the New Year's Eve one. It was pretty horrible. But I went on a date with a girl, so it was fine. But yeah, this one's better than those, but it's not like it's like a Altman film or something from like the 70s or 80s, but it's fine. It's good if you like cheesy Christmas movies. So yeah, there you go. Got Love Actually coming out on 4K. I think that's the only Christmas classic that's coming out this week. We've been talking about Christmas classics a lot the last couple weeks because they always come out around this time. Let me skim through real quick. Yeah, I don't see any other big Christmas movies coming out this week. So there you go. You got Love Actually if you want to get a Christmas movie this week. What are people saying? People are saying a lot. Let me scroll back up here. Slag17 pronounced Stalag, says Kevin House. Stalag is an excellent film. Good old Kino Lorber. Jack Keaton says, haven't seen Stalag 17, but I adore Wilder. Do you have a favorite Wilder, DJ? Is The Apartment Billy Wilder? I feel like The Apartment is Billy Wilder. I really, really like The Apartment. If it's not, my apologies, but I feel like that's a Billy Wilder film. It's probably not. Stalag 17 is one of those Billy Wilder movies that I didn't get the first time, but held up much better on a rewatch. Okay, cool. Maybe I'll have to give that one a couple watches. Connor Nielsen says, geez, that was a fast turnaround. Saw X that dropped in theaters not even 2 months ago. Yeah, man. It's dog eat dog out there these days. Like movies are making a lot of money, or they're completely just getting destroyed at the box office. It's pretty sad. It's a sad state, but I don't watch very many new things anyway. I'm mostly just watching old stuff, so it's not really affecting me. But I do want to go out and support new films when I can. So I want to go see Killers of the Flower Moon. I really want to go see The Holdovers. Is that what it's called? The new Paul Giamatti movie. Team up with the director of Sideways. I'm so pumped for that movie. That's the one I'm most excited about. I really want to get out to a theater and watch that. Sorry, Scorsese. Sorry, Scorsese, but I think I'm more excited about The Holdovers. I know. I hate to say it. Let's see. We've got Jadaverse says Love Actually, one of those movies that'll kill you if you overthink it. Oh yeah, I'm sure. Don't overthink it though. Just sit down with your wife and enjoy it. Pop Culture 33, thanks for popping in. I am a collector and don't like horror. I collect Disney and a bunch of other stuff, but horror is not one of them. Well, welcome to the group. We'll mingle over here outside of the circle. Because I love collecting Disney stuff and a bunch of others. I'd love to hear what other stuff you collect, because there's lots of stuff to collect. You don't have to love horror. But I am dabbling here and there, and I'm liking some more stuff. Jack says Love Actually is a favorite of my parents to watch around the season. I can't stand it. Yeah, see, I'm not there. Like I don't. It's not one of my favorite Christmas movies, but it doesn't kill me to watch it. It's fine. I can sit through it. I like Rowan Atkinson. The ultimate romantic comedy. Them's fighting words. Oh, did I say that? I didn't say that. Who said that? I definitely don't think it's the ultimate romantic comedy, if you're talking about Love Actually. Kevin House, in the mail today, I received the Kino Lorber release of The Flesh and the Fiends. It stars Peter Cushing in a retelling of the Burke and Hare grave-robbing scandal. Great film, but horrible title. That'll happen sometimes. That will definitely happen. Sometimes you don't even know what the title means. There was something recently that I watched, and I was like, why the heck is that called that? A bug just flew by the screen. Did you guys just see that? There's a bug in my office. What was that? If you didn't see that, I look like a crazy person, but I thought it flew right in front of the screen. Connor Nielsen, DJ, how dare you hate on Gary Marshall's Hallmark Holiday Trilogy? Yes, The Apartment is wilder. Okay, good. I love The Apartment. The Apartment's so good, and you can kind of qualify it as a Christmas movie. It's not a Christmas movie, but I think I have two definite. I have a looser definition of Christmas movies. Like, a Christmas movie to me is just a movie that I would like to revisit around that time of year. It doesn't necessarily have to be all about Christmas. I know people get very, very semantic about that whole thing, but I love The Apartment. I think it's amazing. And Jack says that's his favorite too. Sweet. All right. Well, then I've seen one of the best Wilders. I'm glad. All right. I've been yapping. Let's get back to see what's coming out. So here we go. We've got the other big movie that plummeted out of theaters immediately. Expend4bles coming out in 4K. What do we got? Wow, there it is. That's a lot of people. Is that Megan Fox in the front? I know nothing about this movie. I haven't seen any of the Expendable films. But we got Statham, Stallone, 50 Cent, if that makes sense. Fox, Lundgren, Jaw. Oh, Tony Jaw's in it. I like Tony Jaw. He's cool. Yeah, lots of people in it. Lots of guns. There's a Steelbook that we can look at here. This is the standard 4K release. Comes out with a Blu-ray and digital, all three formats, for $30.99 on Amazon right now. And then also, we have got the Blu-ray edition right there. Same thing. And then we've also got a 4K Steelbook edition from Best Buy. It's the Best Buy exclusive Steelbook. This is only the 4K and Blu-ray, according to Blu-ray.com. It doesn't have the digital. That's interesting. Maybe that's just a misprint. But let's look at the overview, because this looks kind of cool. So it's got this. The Steelbook is white. From what I can gather from this, it looks like the Steelbook is white, and there's like this green translucent slipcover that goes over the Steelbook, which is kind of fun. You got this like raven that turns into guns. And then there's there's red bullet holes on the inside. So if you like those movies, that looks like a really cool release. I'm glad they're still putting out. I'm always going to be happy that they're putting out physical media. I'm never going to hate on physical media, even if it's a movie that I don't like. There's people out there that love it, and I'm glad they have a physical release of it. So there's a quadrilogy of Expendables films now, and you can own all 4 of them right there. Next up, speaking of giant action franchises that are getting a 4K release, this is a really cool release. I'll pull up the overview here. This is the Resident Evil collection, another action franchise that I've never seen any of. And it's got Resident Evil Apocalypse, Extinction, Afterlife, Retribution, and the final chapter. 6 films in this set. And then if you scroll over to the right, you see that this is one of those nice, hard, like metal box sets of Steelbooks, kind of like the Twilight one that just came out a couple weeks ago that we just talked about. But here it is. You've got all 6 Steelbooks housed in there nicely. And there's the back of it. And you can see it from all angles, any angle. It looks pretty cool. So if you love those films, that's a really nice release. Heck, I would love to get that kind of a treatment for franchises that I really love. Let's get an Eric Rohmer Steelbooks box set. That'll fly off the shelves. But yeah, there it is. Steelbook Collection, 4K Ultra HD, Blu-ray, and digital HD. So all of those come with Blu-rays as well. And you get the digital for all 6 films. That is currently sitting at $170 on Amazon right now. Link in the description. But better. That's pretty expensive, but it's better than the list price, which is $230. So it is on sale. I don't know if that's a Black Friday deal or not. I don't know how long it's going to be there. But if you like the Resident Evil films, maybe check that out. I'm not your guy to sell you on those because, like I said, I haven't seen any of them. But speaking of box sets, we've got this super cool box set coming out from Indicator, and we'll look at that in just a second. Let's see what people are saying over here. Oh man. Oh, let's see. Oh, there's that bug again. Ethan says, I love horror, but not Saw or torture porn movies, period. Yeah, I even if I could get into horror, I don't think I would ever be into that. Kevin just saw The Holdovers, and it's wonderful. Sweet. I'm not going to read anymore because I don't want to know anything about it. I want to go in. I don't know anything about it except for the director-actor duo. So that's all I want to know. Gus says, thanks to Love Actually, I now know there were lobsters at Jesus's birth. Oh, yes, that's true. All kinds of stuff. Octopus. I think there's an octopus there as well. Kevin House says a Facebook article said that Hallmark researchers are close to discovering a second plot. What an amazing comment. Oh, I don't reward comments of the stream, but that would definitely be comment of the stream if I did such a thing and I had some kind of prize to give you. But I don't. But thank you, Kevin House, because you made me laugh. Expend4bles 4 has the most apt tagline ever. They'll die when they're dead. People are killing it tonight. Oh, you guys are killing me. Daniverse, another great comment. Thank you for that. Very appropriate. Very appropriate. Pop Culture 33. Christmas movie means that it mentions Christmas. Then I call certain movies which we watch around Christmas. Then I call certain movies holiday movies which we watch around Christmas, like Lord of the Rings. That is the lingo for our household. LOL. Wow, I've never watched Lord of the Rings around Christmas. That's interesting. Because I think, you got the snow scene on Mount Cadaras. So I don't know why I said that with a Spanish accent. It's definitely not Spanish. But yeah, I guess, I don't know. That's not a tradition I've ever done. But that's really cool that you have a tradition of watching Lord of the Rings with your family. But yeah, I usually only watch like things that either take place at Christmas or happen around Christmas or somewhat related to Christmas in December. That's kind of a tradition that I've had ever since I was a little kid with my family. We used to watch all kinds of Christmas movies. Not any good ones. We just watched like kids ones and like the classic ones like Home Alone and of course Jingle All the Way. Can't go without that. That is a masterpiece. But yeah, that's how it is here. I don't have any real like strict standards when it comes to calling something a Christmas movie, at least in December. Connor Nielsen, my brother and friend, went to go see Expend4bles, and both said it was the worst movie that they saw this year. Apparently, Andy Garcia is terrible. Oh, sorry to hear that, man. Sorry for your brother. I don't know. I have no frame of reference for the entire season, or for the entire series. Let me see. Anything else that people are talking about? People still talking about Expendables? Okay. Cool. We're all caught up. Let's get back to that Indicator box set. So if you don't know what Indicator is an incredible label from overseas. I believe it's in the UK, Powerhouse Films, and they put out the best box sets ever. I love their box sets. I want to buy all their box sets, even if they're films that I don't know anything about or probably won't even like. I almost bought what's his name? Stanley Long's Adventures trilogy box set that they have. Someone was selling that on Facebook for super cheap, like $25. And I almost bought that today just because I love their box sets so much. So this is what they do. They don't have little flimsy like slip cases like some of the Arrow box sets or like Criterion or something. They have these nice, hard, solid cases. They have this little, and all of their box sets, I believe, are limited editions. So they come with this limited edition little like 1/5 slip that has the number on the back there. This is the Harryhausen Volume 2 set. I've got all three of the Harryhausen sets. And then inside, it's not just a digipack like Fragile or anything. They each get their own case. They get 3 separate cases for the movies. And then they put in this really nice thick booklet. Very hefty, very weighty, like 100-something pages in the book. So I love Indicator's box sets. I've got the Harryhausen sets. I've got the John Ford set from Indicator. And this one looks just like that. It's no exception. It's very thick. I don't know anything about Todd Slaughter, but this is called The Criminal Acts of Todd Slaughter, 8 Blood and Thunder Entertainments from 1935 to 1940. So probably not my thing. Maybe not. I don't know. I do actually, now that I look at this, I do like 30s and 40s. I like horror up until the 60s, really. The 70s is where horror starts to lose me, when it becomes more about like you said, like violent and like just about gore. I mean, I know a lot of things aren't just about gore. There's plenty of horror film that comes out later on after that aren't just about gore, but that's kind of where it loses me. I really like the atmosphere of like 40s, 50s, and 60s horror that it kind of loses after a certain point when we go more for realism. But these, I didn't realize these are from 30s and 40s. I actually might take a look at this box set. This is really interesting. I might have to look more into this. Let me know, those of you who are familiar with Todd Slaughter, if you think I would like their stuff, and if you can give me something that I can compare it to, because it looks like an awesome box set. We don't get any other pictures. We just get the front here, but it is an Indicator box set from Powerhouse Films, and they all look great, so I'm sure it'll be a nice set. But yeah, 8 films in this one. Very, very cool. Good job, Indicator. I love the stuff you put out. I wish I could get your stuff for cheaper without having to pay overseas shipping. But this one's on sale right now, so it's list price. Actually, this one, is this a US version? This might be a US release. They've been doing US releases lately. But this is on sale right now for only $60 on Amazon, where it retails at $110. Oh, man. Sorry. I'm being a bad presenter because I'm just like really thinking about maybe getting this now. But that's it. That's the Todd Slaughter box set. Let me know what you think about that one. Moving along, we've already talked about Oppenheimer and Mean Streets, but there's the Blu-ray covers as well. We've got Babes in Toyland getting a Blu-ray release from Kino Lorber. This is a 1986 film starring Drew Barrymore, Richard Mulligan, and Keanu Reeves. And it even says that there is a special guest appearance by Pat Morita as the toy maker. The Toy Master, excuse me. He's not a villain from the DC universe. The Toy Master. Here he is. Look, he's even on the cover. He only has a cameo in the film, but he made the cover. There he is. He looks so excited to be there. He looks kind of over it. But he's a toy master. He makes toys all day. He's exhausted. This looks like a hilariously silly film. I don't know what this is. Is this a kid's film? This looks. If I were to see this on the shelf, I would think it was a kid's film. It's kind of got the toy soldiers from Santa Claus 2 down here, wreaking havoc, whatever they do. But yeah, there you go. You got Pat Morita, Mr. Miyagi himself making toys, and Keanu Reeves is enjoying the heck out of them. Look at that face. Baby Keanu Reeves can't get enough of the Toy Master's toys. But that's coming out from Kino Lorber. Kino Lorber, man, they are all over the place. They'll put out anything. They'll just put out anything. I swear. Let's get one more thing in here. This is from a new label that I heard someone talk about recently on YouTube. I watched a video on these. Someone YouTuber with much more credentials than me that gets stuff early and that gets sneak peeks and that interviews famous people involved in making these films. I don't. I just report on things that are right here on the screen that you could do yourself. But this is what I do, and you guys are here for it. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. But this is from a label called Film Masters, and the Scarlet Letter from 1934 is getting a release from Film Masters, and it has a really cool looking cover here. It's all in black. It's got like these stippling dots all over it with the red. I love the look at this thing. I love the red and black. There it is, Film Masters Special Edition. That's the label. This is a new 4K restoration from the original 35mm archival elements. Stars Colleen Moore and Hardy Albright with all of these other people. Now, I've not seen this version, but when this was announced, I got very, very excited for 2 seconds, and then I realized it's not the one that I want, but I really, really want a release of the 1926 Scarlet Letter. Is it 1926? The silent film version. Watched it on TCM one time. Blew me away. One of my favorite silent films, probably top 5. Love the Scarlet Letter from the 1920s. I wish this was it, but it's not. It is the 34 version. Maybe it's still good. Maybe it is. But yeah, I really want that 20s version. Hopefully, fingers crossed, someday we'll get a restoration I don't even think there's a DVD of it. Like, I can't even get it at all. Like, there's definitely not a Blu-ray, and I don't even think there's a DVD of that 20s version, but I really want it. It's from a director that I like that I can't remember his name right now, but I think he's a German director. But yeah, someday. Physical media gods, please give me an edition of the 1920 Scarlet Letter, because I love that movie. All right. After this short break, me talking to the commenters, we're going to go ahead and look at all of the Janus Contemporaries releases that are coming out this week, because there's 3 of them. All 3 Janus Contemporaries this month are coming out tomorrow. Maybe there's more, but at least 3 of them are coming out tomorrow, and we'll talk about them in just a minute. But first, let me pop over and see what people are saying about the things we just talked about. I'll just hop in right here because there's a lot of stuff flying through. Maybe put your comment in again if I don't get to it, if you have a question, because I am getting lost in the chat this evening. So many people. This is the biggest crowd I think we've ever had, so thank you guys so much. If there's any new people here who've just popped in from some of the every time, July, November, I start to get a little flux of subscribers because people are finding me through the sale haul videos, which I always greatly appreciate. This is some of the other stuff we do on this channel if you're new here. So thanks for popping in. We have a good time, and I'm glad you're here. We're so close. We're so close to we are at 18. We're right at 1,900 subscribers. So we're 100 away from 2,000 subscribers, which is insane. Absolutely crazy. We just hit 1,000 subscribers in March, and now we're closing in on 2,000. So thank you so much. All of you guys who have subscribed recently. It means the world to me, and I love talking to you guys. Ethan Edwards, Pop Culture says, we watch Lord of the Rings at Christmas because of time off work, so I can do a marathon. Makes sense. Makes total sense, because I did a marathon of the extended editions one time with my brother, but I was in college when I had nothing to do and all the time in the world. Now I can't do a marathon of the Lord of the Rings films because I got no time. I got no time to sit and watch 11 hours of Lord of the Rings content, but that's cool. That totally makes sense. Watching my Christmas time when everybody's off work. Brent says he's looking forward to seeing Napoleon. I can't stop seeing Napoleon all over it's everywhere. Like everywhere I go, like YouTube, any social platform, like I keep getting smashed with those Napoleon trailers. They're really putting a huge marketing push behind that movie. It looks great. Looks cool. Love the cinematography. I'll check that one out too. Brian says, I think that it was Shane Black who said that Christmas makes characters more extreme versions of themselves. Happy characters become euphoric, while sad characters become outright depressive. That's actually a really good point. I've never thought about it like that, but kind of in the same way that, what's that? Oh, gosh. What's the movie called? Do the Right Thing, where everyone is like in the most extreme version of themselves because it's so freaking hot outside and everyone's about to die and they're at each other's throats. Similar thing around Christmas time, because that's true. That's true. If you're a high stress person and you get stressed out easily, then Christmas is not the time for you to be out and about. You need to get your Christmas presents early because that'll drive you nuts. Although there's no Black Friday stuff anymore. It kind of bums me out. I used to love going out on Black Friday and picking up physical media. Now the Black Friday sales are already started. They've been going on all month. It's not special anymore. It kind of sucks. It's like Cyber Monday had just exploded into the entire month and has just taken over Black Friday in this tidal wave of just useless, not fun boredom. Sorry. Wow. I have strong feelings about this apparently. I didn't know I had such strong feelings, but yeah, I don't know. I used to love going out and like the thrill of the hunt and finding stuff in stores, pushing people over, and like Best Buy used to like set up their store in like a maze. So you had to like navigate your way through. It was fun. And you had to go out late. I don't go out late anymore. So, I like to look forward to going out late and finding stuff at Best Buy, but alas, it's not a thing anymore. It's kind of a bummer. Devin, can we ever expect a quick video of your movie watching setup, seating arrangement, TV, etc.? Thank you. Thank you, Devin, for bringing that up, because I have been trying to make a video on my movie theater forever. Since last year, I've been trying to make a video, and I just never get around to it. There's always something else that comes up, but I am going to make a point to... There's that book! Oh! There he is. Look at that. Can you see that? He just hit me in the face. Oh. Get out of here. Stay off camera. But yes, my 4K, I have a 4K projector downstairs and some theater seating, and I've been meaning to show it off forever. We got the theater seats in this new house last November. It's been a whole year I've had them. I guess I can say it's like, oh, I just wanted to wait a year and see how the seats held up before I did a video about it. That's what I'll say. I'll pretend like I did it on purpose, but no, I'm absolutely going to make a video about my theater setup this month. Thank you, Devin, for giving me a little bit more motivation to do that, because I know people enjoy looking at those kind of videos, and I still have never done it, but I need to get on that. So thank you, Devin. Okay, here we go. This is what I'm talking about here. Todd Slaughter. An internet user says, Todd Slaughter is one of the best names I've heard. Yes, it is a pretty sick name. Pretty sweet name. I don't know what his films are like, but I like his name. Alden says, I'm ready for Barbenheimer. I'm getting both tomorrow. Also, I live stream tonight. Oh, sweet. Welcome to the club, man. It's fun. It's kind of fun. It's fun to just know that this is going out there, and I don't have to edit it, and I don't have to do anything. I can just chat with you guys for a little bit, and the work is done. I like live streaming. It's fun. I wouldn't do it all the time, but I do like doing it. I think once a week is kind of fun. Kevin House, anybody else here a fan of the 1952 British Christmas film, The Holly and the Ivy? I watch it every holiday season and seem to love it more each time I view it. I have not seen that movie, but I will definitely check it out. Kevin House, thanks for the recommendation, because I'm running out of new Christmas films to watch, and I definitely want to check that one out. There's a BBC box set called Ghosts of Christmas or something like that. Some kind of ghost stories for Christmas. It was apparently like things that they used to show on the BBC, and they're all collected. There's like 2 volumes. I really want to get that this year, because I'm really interested to see what that's about. Like BBC TV ghost story films. I like that kind of stuff. Short stories. I really want to check that one out. I found it on eBay for not too expensive, so I think I'm going to pick that one up this year and put it on my Christmas watch list for this year. Daniverse, always with the facts. Babes in Toyland is a remake of the 60s Disney movie that was also the name of a Laurel and Hardy film. Used to confuse me all the time as a kid. Oh, wow. That's a lot of information you just dumped, and I'm intrigued by every bit of it. Kevin House follows that up with Laurel and Hardy's Babes in Toyland is charming. It also goes by the title March of the Wooden Soldiers. I might have to check that out. That seems like something I would kind of enjoy. Michael Smith, thank you. 1926 Scarlet Letter is Victor Sjostrom or Sjostrom. Yes, thank you. That's the same director, I believe, is that the same director as... Oh, now I'm not going to remember the name of it. Phantom Carriage. Is that the Phantom Carriage director? Because I love the Phantom Carriage. One of my favorite movies ever. And then he also says Lillian Gish is my favorite silent star. Yeah, man. You're speaking my language. Nathan Lingrel is here. I just watched your new video. Any more Barnes & Nobles visits this month? Yes, absolutely. I've gone with Grace. I'm going to get that video out, and then I'll probably... So I went with Grace, but they didn't really have anything I was looking for, so we had to order some things. So when those come in, I'm going to definitely go and pick all those up. So that'll be another video. And then I'm going to go again with John. We're going to hit up a different store over in his neck of the woods, more in the Sandy Springs area. So yeah, there'll be plenty. I got to get those out quick, though, because the month is almost over. But don't worry. There'll at least be probably 4 Criterion videos this month. So stay tuned. Thanks for popping in, Nathan. Ethan says, at this rate, you'll catch Taylor Swift's YouTube channel in no time. Thanks for the barb, Ethan. Thanks for the barb. Always appreciate it. Keep me humble. Zatoichi was my advent calendar last year. I will now forever associate tortured blind swordsmen with the hustle bustle of the holiday season. Yeah. What are you doing this year? I got to figure out. What's your completely non-Christmas related Christmas watch through list this year, Connor? Because I can't wait to hear about it. Connor Nielsen says, I got Creed 3, Shazam! Fury of the Gods, and Flash on 4K for a collective $35, which is like $2 more than what one of those cost a couple weeks ago. I won. Did you win, though? Because you bought Shazam! Fury of the Gods and Flash on 4K. So I wouldn't be bragging about getting a deal on those, because I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know if it's still worth it. Let me see here. Internet user said the bug's trying to crash the party. Seriously, he's trying to crash the whole stream. Michael Smith said that bug looked like a stink bug. Don't kill it. I did not kill it. I tossed it over there, and it was a stink bug. You're absolutely correct. Good eye. Ethan says, do you own Shop Around the Corner? Great Christmassy movie. I do, sir. It is right here in the Warner Archive collection, Shop Around the Corner, along with Holiday Affair and It Happened on Fifth Avenue. I love Shop Around the Corner. That's like my second or third. It's a top 3 Christmas movie for me. Love that movie. Excellent movie. All right, let's not get too in the weeds on Christmas films. Maybe we'll do another video and talk about that later. But let's go ahead and pop in and see what people are talking about. Real quick, Gus says, I love your Criterion hauls, DJ. I picked up some titles today. Good. I'm glad. I want to hear about all your pickups, because that's what motivates me to pick stuff up. My wish list on criterion.com is shrinking and shrinking, so I need to fill it up with more good stuff. So everybody, let me know what you're picking up. Ethan says Victor also directed The Wind, a great film. I know, I really want to get more of his films. A lot of his films are harder to get, but I love The Phantom Carriage so much. And then Daniver says, yes, same director as Phantom Carriage. Good. I'm glad I got my facts straight on that one, because I love that guy, and I want to talk about it as much as I can. All right, let's go ahead and look at the 3 releases coming out from, it says Criterion here, but it's actually Janus Contemporaries, which is a division of Janus. I think it's a kind of a collaboration between Janus and Criterion. I got to see those in person for the first time out and about when I was shopping with John at the Barnes & Noble, and they look really good. And this is Godland, also called Vankskapteland. This is the front cover of that. It'll be coming out in a standard Criterion case with no spine number on the side. It just has the Janus Contemporaries logo. This is a new film. Obviously, all these are new films. This looks like it's got a lot of official selections here at the bottom at the festival. So yeah, there we go. There we go. I don't know anything about this film, but it is premiering right now on Criterion Channel. So if you want to go ahead and watch it first on there, and then if you like it, go ahead and pick up the Blu-ray. Let me know if you guys who have who collect Criterion Collection and are trying to get as complete as possible, are you also going to collect all of the Janus Contemporaries, or are you thinking about just picking up the ones you like? Are there going to be completists? I guess this is the time. It's starting now, so you got to get on the bandwagon early if you want to, because I mean, the people who are completists with Criterion Collection, like, you had to start at the very beginning, because they're coming out with 5 new ones every single month. You can't even catch up. Every time you start trying to catch up, new ones are dropping every week. And now you got to collect Janus Contemporaries as well. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot. It's a lot of money. I can't afford it, but more power to you guys. This is The 8 Mountains, which is also getting a Janus Contemporaries release. There's the cover for that. A movie of soaring visual majesty and churning emotional force, intoxicating a tender story about love and friendship. Filmed by Felix van Groeningen and Charlotte van der Meersch. Is this a German film? This looks really cool. Interesting. I haven't even heard of this one. I've heard of Godland. Has this already premiered on Criterion Channel? This is a 2022 film. Looks an epic journey of friendship and self-discovery set in the breathtaking Italian Alps. 8 Mountains follows over 4 decades the profound, complex relationship between Pietro and Bruno. Wow. Interesting, interesting. So another contemporary film dropping there. And then the third one from Janus Contemporaries is, where did it go? Where did it go? So much coming out this week. Here it is, Tori and Lokita, also called Tori et Lokita. So is this, let's see what this is. Here we go. We've got in Belgium today, a young boy and an adolescent girl who have traveled alone from Africa pit their invincible friendship against the cruel conditions of their exile. So all of these seem very heavy, but this is Tori and Lokita, a film by Jean-Pierre and Luc Dardin. So there you go. 3 Janus Contemporaries coming out this week. I'm sure there'll be a lot of people excited about those, because I like that they're giving those physical releases, because those seem like films that wouldn't necessarily get a physical release, at least not here in the States. So I'm glad that Janus is doing good work with those. Let me know in the comments if you've seen any of those, because I need more information on those ones, because those are hard to, unless you just straight up watch them on Criterion Channel. They're not really talked about that much. Let's see. I'll skip down here. 8th Mountain from Janus Contemporary sounds so good. It does sound pretty interesting. Let me know if you see that one, Gus. Let's see. We've got another question from Nathan Lingerl. Have you seen A Brighter Summer Day? I just bought the Criterion and I haven't watched it yet, but I'm a fan of Yang's work, so I'm pretty excited. I have not seen that one yet. Tell me how it is. Let me know what you think of it. Internet user says 8 Mountains was a pleasant surprise. Watch it, please. Oh, okay. So a glowing recommendation from an internet user there. I'll have to check and see if that one's streaming on the channel. I saw Godland like on the big Jumbotron banner at the top of Criterion Channel, but I haven't seen 8 Mountains on there. But maybe it is available on there. I do like, Criterion's very cool. Like, they don't do like the marketing, like hacking stuff where they'll take it off their streaming service when the physical release comes out. They're really cool about that stuff. They keep their stuff streaming even if it's getting a physical release, which is very cool. Sometimes it comes off. Sometimes things come and go off of Criterion channel, but for the most part, they're very consumer friendly with that kind of stuff. Gus says, I'm going to be a completist with Janus Contemporaries since they're so cheap during the sales. That's true. Because they don't have a lot of supplements or anything, I believe they're $30 normally and only $15 in the sale, which is a steal, which is pretty cool. Nathan, again, what is your favorite? Thanks for all the questions, Nathan. What is your favorite streaming service? Mine's the Criterion channel, but I know a lot of people like Mubi. I agree with you. Criterion channel is my favorite as well, but I've never tried Mubi. Is it Mubi? Am I saying that right? Mubi, like Tubi? But I don't know. I've never tried that one, but like you said, I've heard good things about it, and it looks very nice from all their advertising that they've done, but I've never tried it. Maybe I should give it a try. I don't really use streaming services a lot, though. Criterion channel is kind of the only one I use. But I used to use them, and Criterion channel is by far the best. Max is pretty good, but they're having so many problems these days with Warner. But yeah, I love the Criterion channel. I watch it all the time. It's awesome. Let me see. So that covers the Janus Contemporaries. Let's also get into some more Kino Lorber. So we talked about a couple Kino Lorbers here with Babes in Toyland and the Stalag 17, but they've got 2 more things coming out this month because they're always dropping constant releases over at Kino Lorber. This is another slipcover release, but I don't believe it's a 4K. I think it's just a Blu-ray. Yeah, it's just a Blu-ray, but it still has a slipcover, which is pretty cool. This is Burt Reynolds in Gator. The Bayou's baddest good old boy is back. Look at that. Look at that cover. That's a pretty awesome cover. Is that the original poster? Or is that new art? It could go either way. I'm not sure. But it looks really good. I have no idea what this movie is, though. This is just a Burt Reynolds kind of like adventure action movie. Gator McCluskey has been just released from prison following the events of White Lightning and is living in the Okefenokee swamp with his father and daughter. Wow, okay. Federal agents know that he is still making moonshine with his father and Susie and use this information to coerce him into assisting them to catch a corrupt politician. Wow. Kicking butt and taking names. Burt Reynolds. Gator. Sounds like a hoot. And then also coming out is White Lightning, which the last synopsis said White Lightning. So is this a sequel? Oh, yep, there it is. Gator McCluskey is back again, still making moonshine. All right, so this is 2 films in the same series. Another crazy cover. Look at that. These movies look awesome. If these covers are to be believed, the movies look awesome. Also has a nice slipcover. A little woman dropping her dress back there. You got a cop car. You got this guy slugging this guy in the face. Car chase scene. All kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. It'll give you the jolt of your life. White Lightning. Those seem like a lot of fun. I don't know if I'll be picking up those, but maybe someone in the comments can let me know how Gator and White Lightning are. I respect the fact that the second movie doesn't have to say Gator 2 or a Gator story or like like Gator, White Lightning. Like just I don't know, just make a good movie and it can have its own title. I hate that we have to do that with like everything these days, where everything has to have like 6 subtitles because we don't trust audiences to know what the heck's going on. We cater to the lowest common denominator. Anyway, mini rant over. Let your films have their own title. Frozen 2 is the dumbest title for a film. Doesn't make any sense. Why is it called Frozen 2? Gator and White Lightning coming out from Kino Lorber. And that's the main things we've hit this month. But I did want to mention one other thing. This is one of my favorite directors, and I just talked about him on the Criterion news video that we did my first video with Grace. That video did really well. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to hear about my take on the Eric Rohmer 4 Seasons box set that's coming out from Criterion Collection. So those films, the 4 Seasons, are finally getting releases that are mainstream that people can get their hands on. And of course, as luck would have it, I buy this Arrow Academy lovely box set, out of print limited edition box set with 10 films in here. Super nice set. And of course, what happens, but they start getting individual releases as well. So this here, let me pull it out. Which one is it? There's a ton of films in here. Here it is. The Adventures of Reinette and Mirabelle. This is how it looks like in this Arrow Academy collection, which is very cool. Also includes another film in there because there's 2 films in each case. There's 5 cases and 10 films, but this is getting an individual release right here from Metagraph Pictures. This is a 1987 Eric Rohmer film. This is a film that I haven't seen yet. I've watched about 10 or 11 of his films so far, but I haven't made it to this one yet. Here it is. This is very different artwork from here. This one kind of makes it look like a horror film or something. It looks pretty creepy. But this, I believe, is like a series of, I can't remember. Is this like a television thing, or is this like a mini series, or just a series of like vignettes? I remember there being something special about this film, but it says hilarious, adventurous, moments of perfect grace. This seems like a little bit of a different thing going on in this film from other Eric Rohmer films. I'm sure it'll have his signature trademark style, but I'm excited to check this one out because it's apparently a little different from the rest of his offering. But that is getting a physical release all by its lonesome, and a couple other of his films are getting physical releases as well that are in this set. I think one of them is My Girlfriend's Boyfriend, which is also in this set. Yeah, there it is, right there in the green with the green ray. But yeah, love this set. Can't wait to make it through the rest of these films. But if you can't track down a $200 out of print Arrow Academy box set, or if you're just not as crazy as me, then they're getting individual releases, so you don't have to wait very long. Check out the Eric Rohmer films as they come out. Let's see what the price is on that. Can you buy it on Amazon? Yes, available on Amazon. $20. Can't beat it. $20 for an Eric Rohmer film. Very, very cool. I'm glad those are getting wider releases so more people can get their hands on those. But yeah, that seems like we've made it through most of it here. That was the last big thing I wanted to talk about. There's some TV things coming out. Oh, one last thing I want to talk about here. Bikini Beach. Bikini Beach is getting a Blu-ray release. This is a Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer film from 1964. It's part of the what is it, Party Beach series or something like that. The only reason I know about this series is because my good friend John Malahai brought this series up when we did our top 10 summer movies. Check out that video if you haven't. It's on the main channel page in the top 10s playlist. And we had a really great time talking about summer movies. And I think his number one was in this series. That was one of the films. It wasn't this one, but he did know this one and had seen it before he wrote his book, Top 10 before he wrote his book about summer movies. And Bikini Beach is one of them. And it's really cool that it's getting a Blu-ray release here. Just a 2K Blu-ray. Don't know if this film will ever get a 4K release, but from what I gathered from John selling me on these films, they're just really fun, short. It's only 99 minutes, upbeat kind of music, teenage romps with the beach theme. So I don't know. I haven't seen this film, but John recommended these highly. This wasn't his favorite of the series, but I think he did enjoy this one as well. So yeah, Bikini Beach getting a Blu-ray release tomorrow, November 21st. Tell your friends and then maybe pick it up. Maybe pick that one up because it seems like a lot of fun. All right, let's go over here and finish up the stream. Thank you guys for hanging with me tonight. Let's go ahead and wrap this up with some Q&A and keep going. Let's talk about some movies. We wrapped it up a little bit earlier today, so let's go ahead and talk. We got time to talk. Here we go. Let me get back here to man, I wish I could like somehow lock the chat to where I was so I didn't have to find it again every time because it's moving quickly. Ethan says, I had never seen Gator, but I can tell it has to be terrible. Ethan's making assumptions. Let's see. Connor says, Bert's playing a guy called Gator. Do you need more info? I guess not. I guess I shouldn't ask any questions. Daniverse popping in. During the peak of Burt Reynolds' career, I've seen, but I'm a fan. I have not seen, but I'm a fan of some of his chase pictures. Okay. So this is kind of an era of Burt Reynolds films. Kino Lorber putting it out. Kevin says, in my opinion, Deliverance is Burt Reynolds' best film. Internet user Gator is such a nice Southern gentleman. Oh, that's good to know. He is making moonshine. Connor says every film should have the subtitle "A Gator Story." Yeah, I mean that would help. Didn't you watch Alligator this year for the first time, or was that last year? I don't even. Time is flying by. SC, which is a name I don't immediately recognize. Maybe you've left comments before, but he says Gator 2, The Gatoring, and Connor says Gator 2, Gatorer. What's happening? What's even going on in this stream? The stream is going nuts. How long will you speculate physical media still have before completely dying? I mean, I don't think it's anytime soon. I mean, I can't even keep up with the amount of physical media labels that keep popping up every single week on this show. Like, there's so many different labels. I don't think it's gonna die. It might die in brick and mortar stores, but that's fine. I mean, we can buy stuff online. It's not as fun. I would love to, be able to go out and pick up stuff in stores because it makes for much better videos than just like, hey, look at this, I bought this on eBay. So there's not really much I can do there. So that's kind of a bummer, but I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. I think it's thriving. I think it's growing. It's just becoming more niche, and there's a ton of labels. Like I said, I can't even keep up with all the labels that are putting out great stuff. We got tons of 4K stuff coming out, tons of boutique stuff, tons of box sets. Yeah, I think we're in good shape. I'm not worried about it dying anytime soon. Let's see. Code Anime Fan calling the Frozen sequel Frozen 2 helps mainstream audiences know that it's a Frozen sequel. Yeah, I know. I know why they do it. I just think it's dumb. I mean, I think they'd be fine if they called it something else. A Frozen story. Let's see. The Gator Raider. Everyone throwing their hat in on these Gator puns. I like it. Let me drink some water because I've been talking really fast and haven't been taking any water breaks. Sorry if you can hear my swallows. Connor, Frozen 2 would be an even worse title. That's true. That's very true. It could be worse. I'm not saying it couldn't be worse, but just calling a movie Frozen 2 sounds really dumb. Gus, I would have preferred Frozen 2 to Bone instead of Frozen 2. LOL. Hey, anything's better. And using numbers as words always is great, especially when you shove it into the middle of a word for an A, because that makes sense. Let's see. people just chiming in with the Frozens and the Gators. We've got Kevin House here. An internet user, Rohmer should have done a Gator film. Yeah. I would love to see a slow, reserved, like melancholic, realistic take on a Gator romance. Why not? People animate it like Rango. Let's see. Rock Fan 123 Rock Fan. I watched After Hours for the first time last night. Appreciate Scorsese's change of style, but it felt like an R-rated version of Kenan and Kel or a Nickelodeon show. Fascinating. I didn't grow up with Nickelodeon. I've never seen Kenan and Kel, so I can't relate to the analogy. But hey, I like After Hours, so maybe I would like Kenan and Kel. John Connor says Gators of the Lost Ark, which is a solid pun. Good, well done, sir. Well done. Kevin S says Buffy the Gator Slayer. People are hung up on the Gator thing. Brent says, holy crap, I just checked my In a Lonely Place Criterion, and it also has a Tokyo Story booklet in it. What? What? Did you buy it used or did you buy it brand new? Because if you bought it brand new, that's amazing. That means someone at the plant was just like being a prankster, and they it could have been an accident as well, but that's cool. Now you can read about Tokyo Story and see if you want to pick that one up. Let me see. Oh, thank you, an internet user. He says you missed the release of Le Cérémonie. I don't know how to say that word, but I never learned French. I wish I had taken French in high school because there's so many things that I need to learn how to say on this channel. But yes, you're right. Thank you so much. I totally skipped over that. So this is another Criterion release. This is in the collection proper, coming out tomorrow with Mean Streets. This is not a Janus Contemporaries. This is in the actual collection, and it's a film by Claude Chabrol, and starring some lovely people here right there on the cover. I don't know anything about this film. I didn't know it was coming out until I popped on and started making the thumbnail and looking into things for this video. It says the upper class owner of a gallery, Catherine Lelouve, hires the efficient and quiet maid Sophie to work in the family manor in the French countryside. Interesting. So it's just straight up drama, straight up French drama, which I definitely dig. I like that kind of stuff. 1995 film, also 90s French films, which is where most of these Eric Rohmer films are from, and it's where the Four Seasons are also from. So yeah, very interesting release. I don't remember that announcement. Is that not a Criterion release? Maybe that isn't. It says Criterion here, but it might be a Janus. I don't know. No, it says it's in the Criterion Collection according to Amazon. So yeah, I guess that's in the Criterion Collection proper. Let me know if you've seen that film, because I don't know much about it. But thank you for calling it out. I'm glad you got that. That link is in the description as well, because I remember looking at it earlier, but I did forget to call it out here. Let's see. Where is Sir John? Gus says. I don't know where Sir John is. He's probably at his apartment, I'm assuming, or his condo. He has company over this week. I was actually texting him earlier. He has company over this week for Thanksgiving. They're staying all week, so we're going to have to navigate a time where we can meet up in a Barnes & Noble, so we can do another video soon. He says he can get some time away, but he's held up at the moment. He's not on the stream. I'd love to have him over for one of these streams one time. That'd be fun. It'd be fun to have a guest on. Maybe have my wife on or have John on. I could even have Connor on if I wanted to figure out how to do like the live stream Zoom call type thing. Let's see. That's a good question, Connor. I don't know. Code Geese anime fan. Did you get a haircut, DJ? Your hair's looking nice and slick. I got a haircut a while ago. Like a week ago? I don't know. Yeah. I think before the last stream. But thanks. Appreciate it. I finally get Rififi on Criterion. I finally got Rififi on Criterion. Been meaning to watch it for years. Oh, good. Good. I'm glad. Let me know how it is. Hooper is great. Underrated Burt Reynolds film. Great movie about stuntmen. Okay, that's interesting. I love movies about stuntmen. If you want to watch a great movie about stuntmen, check out the 2006 film. Oh no, what is it called? It's right there. It's right up there in the red. What is it called? The Fall. It's called The Fall. Check out The Fall. Very rare film to get your hands on. The Blu-ray's for some reason out of print forever, but The Fall is an awesome film, and it's like a love letter to Buster Keaton and Harold Lloyd and Charlie Chaplin, all those awesome stunt guys from that period. Such a good movie. Such a good fantasy movie. It feels like it's kind of like a Guillermo del Toro film, although it's I don't want to give anything away, but check out The Fall. One of my favorite movies. Let's see. Kevin House says Rififi is a true classic. The heist scene is legendary. So it's a heist film. That's really cool. Let's see. People making more Frozen jokes. Too Frozen, Too Furious, a Gator story. Frozen, The Big Heat. Wow. Okay, so Brent bought it brand new. So he bought it brand new, and it came with a Tokyo Story booklet. That's pretty sweet. That is pretty cool. Lucky. That's pretty lucky, man. Do you have Tokyo Story? Do you now have 2 Tokyo Story booklets? Let me see here. Lots of questions coming in. Here it is. So that film is on the Criterion channel. Okay, cool. Thanks, Michael Smith. So I can check that one out. 123 Rock Fan says Kenan and Kel is a show about characters getting increasingly into outlandish situations. LOL. Yeah, well, that's definitely true about After Hours as well. It keeps ramping up the insanity as you get later and later into the night with the paranoia and all that stuff. So I can see the connection there. Ethan Edwards says maybe you could have Tom Cruise on. I will get right on that. But he doesn't seem like a great guy to work with. Seems like he would yell at me, which I don't know how I would do with that. Maybe it would work better under pressure. I don't know. There's no pressure here, though. I'm just sitting here by myself. Everyone else in my family is asleep right now. I'm the only one up, so I'm just talking to you guys about what's coming out, and I'm enjoying it. Let's go ahead and pop over to the channel page and pull up the Amazon wish list and see if there's anything I want to add here. So you can see some of the things we've been adding over the last couple of weeks, and I've also added some other things in here that, this is just my Amazon wish list, so I've been adding some other things in there, not just for this show. But let's see what came out this month. What am I most excited about this month? I would add Mean Streets, but I'd never add the Criterion stuff just because I usually add that to my Criterion.com wish list because I like to support the either Barnes & Noble or Criterion themselves. I did put the links to those in the description if you're like in a place where you can't buy from Criterion.com or Barnes & Noble, like if you're overseas or anywhere. But obviously I like to recommend you support Criterion themselves, but whatever you want to do. But I won't put Mean Streets in there. I already have Stalag 17 in there, I believe. Yeah, it's right there. And it's on sale right now. It's only $26. I need to go ahead and buy that. I should do that. I should go ahead and do that and then watch it this December. And then I'll know if it's a Christmas movie or not. If I think it's a Christmas movie. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add the Todd Slaughter set in there because that really intrigued me, and it's only $60 right now, and it's 8 films for $60. Let's add the Todd Slaughter set. I'll do a little bit more research and see if it seems like something that I would like, but it really threw me for a loop when I found out those were 30s and 40s films, because that sounds much more in my wheelhouse than I was thinking it would be. So I've added the Todd Slaughter set. Let's see what else we're most excited about. I'm not going to add Love Actually. I can't add Oppenheimer just because I haven't seen it yet. I still have not got a chance to see it, which I know is a shame because I know I need to see that movie in a theater, and I probably can't do that anymore at this point. it's probably not even streaming anymore. Let me see. A lot of the things I'm excited about are Criterion and Janus, so I won't add those. So it might be a light week. I just might add 2 things. I would add the 4 Adventures of Reinette and Mirabelle, but I already have that on Blu-ray, so I don't need to add that. So I think that's going to do it. We'll just add Stalag 17 and the Todd Slaughter box set from Indicator. Those are a little bit of my taste. I am going to pick up Mean Streets most likely because I'm on a Scorsese kick lately. But yeah, those 3 are the big ones that I'm most excited about this week. So I'll just stop right there. We don't need to get too far into my thought process on what I'm thinking about picking up. But yeah, let's see. Brent, do a Films by Color Avengers live stream. You, your wife, Connor, and John. The 4 horsemen of Films by Color. Yeah, we should do that at some point. That would be... I feel like it would be awkward because it would be me, my wife, and John like in person, and then Connor would be like the odd man out with a slight lag. So I don't know. If Connor's up for it, maybe we should do that. But that would be a lot of fun. Maybe, you know what we should do? Connor's going to come and stay with me in a couple months. I think in like the first of the year, in January. That's when we should do a crazy live stream with all 4 of us in the same house, because I want to get John and Connor together. They've never met, so it's really cool. So it'll be cool to finally get those guys to meet, and they can talk about movies to their heart's content in person. So hopefully that's something we should do. We should do a live stream while you're here, Connor. I'm sure we will. But yeah, we'll definitely be shooting some videos while he's here. Let's see. Let's finish up. Let's wrap up with some closing comments. Get all your questions in quickly because there is a bit of a lag in the chat. So if you want to get it on the stream before I close up shop, go ahead and throw it in right now. Dannifer says, Tom Cruise would scold you for speaking unprofessional. Sure. He would. And I would fully expect it. L.A. Jewel, Witness is great, and that Arrow release is superb. Okay, yeah, we added that a couple weeks ago. It intrigued me enough to put it in my list. Haven't had a chance to get out and look at Arrow. My Barnes & Nobles don't have Arrow releases anymore, so I'm probably just going to have to go with Amazon. But I think I'm going to wait till next week because I think they've been staggering. People have been telling me in the comments that Arrow has been staggering their 50% off sales with Criterion. So if Criterion is this month, maybe Arrow will be next month. So I'm kind of holding out for an Arrow sale for next month. I also want to pick up what's that other movie that just came out from Arrow that's getting a release? I think it's coming out later this month. Is it Barbarella? Is that what it's called? Yes, Barbarella's getting a 4K release from Indicator. I think that's the movie that's getting not Indicator, excuse me, Arrow. I'm getting all mixed up. Like I said, so many labels, but yeah, that looks like a crazy movie that I kind of want to get the Arrow release of. 123 Rock Fan, have you seen Terrence Malick's Badlands? I think it has the best use of voiceover narration in any movie. It feels like reading a novel. Interesting that you say that because I did watch that and I wasn't the biggest fan of it. That's one of the movies, Criterion has got a really good batting average, but like that's one of the Criterion movies that I wasn't crazy about, but it could have totally just been the expectations that I went into it with because somebody on the internet, we watched that on like either on Valentine's Day or like around Valentine's Day, and I was looking up like best romantic movies that are available to stream on like Max and Criterion, and somebody had Badlands on their list, and I was like, oh, this is a Criterion movie. This is Terrence Malick. Maybe we'll like this. And we watched it, and it was not at all what we were expecting, and we didn't love it. We didn't have a good night. It kind of put a damper on the night. It wasn't great, but maybe if I go in with very different expectations, I could appreciate it more. But that was early on in my Criterion journey, and I think that article was just insane. I don't know why you would call that a romance. Kevin House, I saw The Man Who Came to Dinner among those releases. It's another good 40s Christmas film. Yes, that's why I put it in my list. It is someone on the channel who leaves frequent comments, always requests every year at Christmas time. He's always like, my favorite Christmas movie is The Man Who Came to Dinner. And he always brings it up. So this year, I think I'm finally going to go ahead and buy it. There's no Blu-ray of it. It's just got a DVD from Warner Archive, I think. But I'm finally going to watch that this year as I'm running out of Christmas movies. So hopefully I enjoy that one because I've heard great things about it. Connor Nielsen, has a movie ever sold you based on the title alone? I've never seen any of the classic Hammer horror movies, but Taste the Blood of Dracula is a title that goes hard. Probably that would be a good thing that I have to look through and see. I don't know if it would be title alone, but maybe like title and cover art alone has definitely sold me on a film before, especially when it gets like especially these films that look way better on the boutique art than they actually are inside. Sometimes you can get swindled with those beautiful box sets. I like what was a great, what is it? The Yokai Monsters series, which I enjoyed. I like the first one and the third one much more than the second one, but I feel like the box art on that and the trailer and everything sold that a little harder than it actually is. I think they're good fun movies, but I didn't enjoy them as much as I was expecting based on the crazy box set that Arrow put out. An internet user, I think Todd translates to death in German, so his name is literally Death Slaughter. That's amazing. I gotta see. There you go, Connor. You said, have I ever been sold on something based on the title of the film? I guess I've been sold on something based on the director's name, Death Slaughter. That's what he should go by. That's much better. Ethan Edwards says The Fugitive is a great action film. Yeah, I thought about adding that one too. I just don't know. I don't know if that's for me. I haven't really seen any of Harrison Ford's like or just like straight up action movies, or I guess I should say modern action movies, because obviously I've seen the Star Wars trilogy and the Indiana Jones trilogy. Code Anime Fan, has Connor considered moving to your area so he can be in more of your videos? I don't think that would be the reason that he would move to my area, but I don't know if he's considered moving. I've asked him several times. Grace really wants him to move here as well, because that would be awesome. But no, I don't think he has considered moving here, and definitely not just so he can be in more of my videos, because that is not an incentive. Because there's no pay here. This is just a hobby. Ethan Edwards says, lock up any fireworks you have. Yeah, he'll be here again on New Year's. Well, last time I think he was here on 4th of July, but this year it'll be New Year's. We'll be doing fireworks again. I won't be letting Connor hold them in his hand, and I won't be giving him any clearance to shoot my wife in the face with another firework. But that happened. That was in the first set of Criterion Hall videos we've done. So if you go back to the 1st July sale from 2021, that's where that madness happened. That's what Ethan's talking about. Code Anime Fan, DJ should become the star of the Mission Impossible films after Tom Cruise retires. No, he should not. No, he should not. DJ will stay right here at his desk, and he will not be skydiving or holding his breath for exorbitant amounts of time underwater, or holding on to planes. That's not something that DJ needs to do. DJ is fine sitting here looking at movies with you guys. I don't know why DJ's talking about himself in third person. It's really annoying. But yeah, thank you for the confidence, but I will not be doing that. Connor says, hell yeah, Barbarella. Okay, so Connor's super excited about that release too. So hopefully I think that comes out within the next couple weeks, and then hopefully Arrow would do a 50% off sale soon, so I can afford to pick that up, because their stuff is kind of expensive, but so is all boutique stuff. It's all about the same. Let's see. Yeah, exactly. 123 Rock Fan. That's really weird. DJ Badlands is supposed to be disturbing. I know. I don't know why that person put it on its list. Very, very strange list for Valentine's Day movies. Patrick Craig, hey, good to talk to you. Closing up shop here, but cool to see your name pop in. Are you getting anything from Oscilloscope Laboratories? They started their Black Friday sale today, placed a small order this morning. I did not know about that. I'll have to look into that, but I'll have to check out that sale. Thanks for bringing that up. I will look into it. Let me know what you picked up from that, because they're okay, so sweet. They got a Black Friday sale going. I'll have to make a note of that. Oscilloscope Laboratories. Let's see. What else do we got here? Slipmaker popped in. Hey, good to see you. Martin Sheen, I loved you in Wall Street. 123 Rock Fan, I definitely watched The Phantom Carriage based on the title. That's true. That's a good one. It's a very good title, and a very, very great movie. I don't know why I watched Phantom Carriage. The title probably has something to do with it. But yeah, I don't know why I checked that out. I think it just maybe because it was like a New Year's film and I was looking for something to watch around that time. Such a good movie. I gotta watch that again this year. Slipmaker, my Christmas pick is always Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Also, Connor should move to Atlanta to ride Air Force One, and one of the best coasters in America, which just opened this year. Okay, so Slipmaker is also a huge fan of roller coasters and theme parks, and I've talked to him about that before on the other channel. But yeah, that's a great reason. That's a great reason, Connor. You should move here, and you can ride the roller coasters, because I don't like roller coasters. But Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, I've not seen, but I need to, because I know that Shane Black, like almost all of Shane Black's movies are Christmas movies, or at least like a little bit. They happen around Christmas time, even though they don't really talk about it. So yeah, I should watch that. I've never seen that one. I've seen Lethal Weapon, Iron Man 3, his other like Christmas movies, but I've never seen Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. So thanks for that. Thanks for bringing that back up, Slipmaker. I need to make a note of that. Wrapping up here, Code Anime Fan, fireworks stands should have a no Connor policy. We all love Connor, but he and fireworks aren't a safe combination. Agreed. And Patrick Craig, Barbarella is already out. I got my copy on Saturday. Oh, okay, sweet. I did not see, well, I guess it wasn't out when I went to the Barnes & Noble for my Criterion haul. So that's cool that it's out now. And I want to go see that cover because it looks really, really cool. Anyway, thank you guys so much for popping in. We are right at about an hour 20, which I think is a good place to cut this one off. But thank you guys so much for all the engagement in the chat. We had a lot of great engagement tonight. A lot of good tidbits and facts. I love always learning from these videos. It's one of the main reasons I do this channel is because I learn as much, if not probably more, than I actually talk about on the channel. And thank you guys, as usual, for all of your input. Oh wait, real quick. John just popped in. Hey, he said he wasn't gonna be able to make it tonight. Hey DJ, just catching up. I highly recommend the 8 Mountains. So he's not here yet, and he won't hear me talking about him, but because he's back in the beginning of the stream. But okay, sweet. He's recommending the 8 Mountains. Good to see you, John. Hopefully we can meet up sometime this week and go out and do a Barnes & Noble sale haul video again. Kevin says, DJ, the Criterion cover for the Phantom Carriage might have influenced you. It probably did, because that cover is awesome. I really love the cover for that movie. The poster is really cool. Patrick, as for Oscilloscope Labs, I got Sirens, Gods of Mexico, and Clara Sola. They have a bunch of interesting films. I have to recommend Embrace of the Serpent. You and Grace would like Lost in Paris. Awesome. Sweet. Thank you again for bringing that up. I'm going to check that out probably right after I get off of this call because still got some time. I don't really feel like going to bed yet. So why not shop for more Blu-rays? 123 Rock Fan, which packaging / cover art do you tend to like more, Arrow or Criterion? Packaging, definitely Arrow, especially their like deluxe limited editions that they do. I love something about just the heft of like a big thick box set. I just love like I got the Legend one, I got the Waterworld one, I got the Robin Hood one. So all of those Arrow limited edition ones, but even the ones that don't get that treatment, like the Hugo one, at least has a slipcover. And Criterion rarely ever does slipcovers. I love slipcovers. I'm okay with it with Criterion because they have their own clear plastic cases that look different, that go up higher than regular jewel cases. So they look good. I got no problem with that. But as far as Arrow limited editions and box sets, I definitely prefer Arrow stuff over Criterion. Criterion does some cool stuff sometimes, but a lot of times their box sets are just kind of digipacks that are kind of flimsy and easily damaged. So I definitely prefer Arrow's packaging. Cover art, that's a good question. I feel like Arrow is more consistent with their cover art, where they kind of have a house style that they go to a lot, whereas Criterion's kind of all over the place. I like a lot. I guess I enjoy the variety of Criterion's cover art a little bit more. Although I don't like when Criterion just slaps a photo on there. That kind of bugs me. But for the most part, I guess I'll go with Criterion just because there's a lot of different art styles. But I love all the Arrow sets that I have, and I think they look great. So give it the edge for packaging a little bit to Arrow. I don't like as many of the films that Arrow puts out. It's not exactly in my wheelhouse. It's not. They put out because they put out a lot of horror stuff, and they put out a lot of more like schlocky, campy stuff, which is not usually my bag, but I can enjoy that stuff sometimes, which is why I have quite a few Arrow releases. And I just got an Arrow box set recently that I haven't talked about yet, but I'll talk about that on the channel soon. It's a 4-film set. It's actually horror movies. And if you know me, you probably know what that is. But I can't actually remember what this set's called. It's 60s horror 4-film box set from Arrow. Got a really good deal on it at Half Price Books, and I'm very happy that I finally found one because I've been looking for it for a while. So I'll do a video on that soon. But that's a little tease for what's coming later. Thank you guys so much for joining me this evening. I had a great time talking to you, and thanks for that great question there at the end. Who said that? Who asked me that? 123 Rock Fan. Thank you for the question. I like talking about that kind of stuff. I don't usually talk about packaging that much on this show because we're talking about new stuff. But thanks for asking that, and thank you for all the questions that came in tonight. Thank you guys for watching after the fact. Please leave comments down below. about what you're most excited about picking up this week. And that's it, man. That's it. Monday is in the books, and Blues Day Tuesday is going to be here before you know it. November 21st, all of these films that we talked about tonight will be coming out. Links in the description if you want to check out those on Amazon. And that's it. I've been talking for an hour and a half straight, and I'm about out of voice. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. And we'll be back again next week to do this all again. Until next time, keep collecting, and I'll be back with another one real soon.